Hiring workers in Medieval Dynasty New Settlement can be a little confusing at first, so I'll be covering every aspect of how to hire them, pay them, and what they actually do for you when assigned to buildings. They can only be hired from the campsite just south of Wolf Hill. So head on over there and talk to them about work. If you've gone there too early, their camp may not be there, or they may inform you that you're not ready to hire workers. So make sure you have everything required, and then go back and talk to them. Some will tell you they would love to work for you, while others may require more reputation to hire. But once you have your first worker, a pop-up should appear on screen with a short guide. It also mentions being able to assign them to workers' houses. But currently, as of recording, the workers' houses are not yet in the game. Once you have hired your first worker, their token will appear in your bag. So make sure you have space for them. If you manage to lose them somehow, you can ask that worker to give you another one. You can now use that token to assign workers to a building or farming plot by placing them into the wooden plates. All assignable work locations have them. You can also remove them the same way and place them somewhere else. You can see what each worker requires from each building within the worker management section in your Dynasty book. All work buildings have the same costs of 5 gold, 5 food, and 1 wood log per day. The smith worker uses 5 of each ore to make 1 ingot of each type, up to a maximum of 4 ingots each day. The woodshed worker requires an axe and uses it to produce 7 logs per day, and then uses the woodshed to also produce 2 wood planks a day. The hunting lodge worker requires either a bow or spear and uses it to produce 7 raw meat and 4 leather per day. The resource storage worker doesn't require any additional resources. They collect 10 rocks, 10 small sticks, and 10 reed per day. The tavern worker requires 5 wheat flour and 5 eggs and uses them to produce 5 wheat bread per day. The windmill worker requires 10 lots of wheat and uses them to produce 1 bag of wheat flour per day. The henhouse worker doesn't require any additional resources. They collect 1 egg per chicken per day. The pigsty worker collects 2 bags of fertilizer for every large pig, and 1 bag of fertilizer for every small pig per day. Your pig tokens indicate which pigs you have. The field plot workers require a hoe as an additional requirement. Each single lot in one field uses 1 seed and 1 fertilizer. The whole plot uses a total of 12 seed and 12 fertilizer every 2 seasons. You can adjust what seeds are planted using the wooden plates where you placed your worker. You can see the total of what your workers are producing every day or season within your Dynasty book. It also shows you how much tax you have to pay, the total demands of your workers, and how many workers you currently have. You also have a quick overview located in the pause menu, which gives you some information of your farm development, requirements, and worker statuses. The 3 chests in your resource building are for you to place any additional items or resources that your workers may require. Things like gold to pay your workers with, and the tools or resources your workers need to perform specific tasks. Workers take from any of the 3 chests, so it doesn't matter where you place the items, food, gold, and other resources. But they do place items they produce and gather into specific chests, which is indicated by the icons above each of them. I recommend placing most of your resource items for the workers into the chest on the right, as this chest is the only one of the 3 that the workers do not place any items back into. I also recommend adding some wooden chests just outside of the resource buildings for you to store all of your overflow resources, as the storage within fills up rather quickly from your workers. Doing this is a manual and unavoidable part of the game for you to manage by yourself. Hopefully all this will now give you a more complete understanding of how to get workers, how to pay and give items to them, as well as knowing what they actually do for you. They don't actually look like they are doing anything except sweeping or hammering or fidgeting. But as long as your book says that they are working, then that means they are. Feel free to drop a comment, like, and subscribe. Until next time, I bid thee farewell.